Hey everyone. Okay, so today we are going to talk about strengths. Strengths that dyslexic people can have. Okay? Now, disclaimer. Not every dyslexic person has all of these strengths. Okay? And they may even have more because we're always finding out more and more things, and this research is always developing. It's biological, so we're always researching and finding out different things about our brains. There's a lot we still don't know about it, but what is important to remember is that just because your learner or your kid has been diagnosed with dyslexia or may have dyslexia, or you're suspected, or you yourself, it doesn't mean that you have all of these strengths. Okay? You may have some of them and excel in them, and you may not have others. Okay, so it's not a case of, oh well, they're they've got 2 or 3 of these, so they must be dyslexic. No, just like you can't say that a kid is dyslexic just because they change around their B's and their D's. No, there's a lot more to the picture than 1 or 2 little ticks in the box. Okay, so let's talk about strengths, because I think it's really important. It's really helpful for self-esteem. I know it's really helped me over the years, being dyslexic myself, and you have struggles on a daily basis. We do. And we have obstacles that are invisible to other people, and so sometimes they're even invisible to us, and that can be really demotivating. But when we concentrate on our strengths and we build on those strengths, that can be really, really, really motivating and energizing for us. Okay, so I'm going to start with one strength that I think that I possess myself, and I think it's a very, very common one that I've noticed in many dyslexic learners. Not just dyslexic, also ADHD or ADD, depending. I mean, you could refer this to many different cognitive differences, but I've seen this trait or this characteristic in a few different cognitive differences. And so I want to say this one because I love this one, and it is determination. Relentless determination. That is one of my biggest strengths, and I'm so thankful for it. Why? Because it's meant that I've been able to continue on and persevere at times that were difficult, and be successful in some of the endeavours or plenty of the endeavours that I've taken. I've also seen it in other students of mine, and in other dyslexic learners that I've supported, and different learners throughout my career, that determination, sheer determination, helps them overcome a lot of their obstacles, and that is a fantastic strength to have. And it should be really cheered on. So talking about, really building up their self-esteem, then just really, focus in on the fact that they're so determined. That is an amazing thing. Another strength is really good problem solvers. Now, we can see that a lot of dyslexic people are really good at seeing things from a different direction, taking a step back, and that's why they've been hired by very many different organizations like MI5 and MI6. Why? Because they're really good problem solvers, and they have an amazing attention to detail. An amazing attention to detail. And ADHD and ADD kids and learners and people also, as well as autistic and people with Asperger's, have a really good attention to detail. Like, sometimes people say, or they think, that because you might have some concentration issues that you are not able to pick up details, and that's not true. It can depend on the topic, it can depend on what they're focused on, it can also depend on the environment at that particular time, but I digress. That's for a different video. Okay, another one is, and I'm looking at my notes here because my memory won't support the entire list that there is. So another one is definitely being creative. Now, we've seen a lot of dyslexic creative people, and ADHD and autistic, lots of neurodivergent people that are so creative throughout time and have created amazing movies and amazing paintings and amazing architecture and just cars and phones and you name it, because they're creative and they're thinking in a different way and they're able to solve a problem that maybe someone else isn't able to do. Another really big strength is we are fantastic empathizers. Now, I think this is also very much connected with emotional intelligence. And I think dyslexic people, as well as other neurodivergent people, can be very good at picking up subtleties in other people's rapport, in their mood, in the way that they're responding to a conversation or a particular topic. And they're able to empathize and they're able to help that person more and bring understanding to it. And that's probably got to do with the amount of invisible obstacles that they've come up against in their lives. Another one that I'm going to talk about is strong narrative reasoning. Now, strong narrative reasoning is that they're able to, are able to see how the whole story might play out. We're able to see things in a larger fashion. We're able to have strong narrative reasoning and be able to place lots of different suggestions and solutions within those particular areas. Now, there are more, so I'm going to do a part 2 of strengths for dyslexia later this week, but I just wanted to bring this one out to you right now because it's really important that we focus on strengths, that we lift learners up with their strengths and we build on them. But let's not forget that they need the strategies to be able to get over and around the invisible obstacles. Okay, that's also massively important. And self-esteem is wrapped up in all of that, and we have to keep all our learners, all neurodivergent people, supported with really good self-esteem, okay, and for them to excel in many different ways. Okay, so I'm going to come back with a part 2 on strengths later this week, but for now, don't forget to click on the bell for notifications, subscribe to our channel, give us some comments, be kind, see what else we can talk to you about around this particular topic of neurodivergent differences. And also we have some free stuff in the description there. We have some free masterclass for teachers and TAs, or telling you all about multilingualism and dyslexia and lots of practical strategies. And you also have parents, a new course coming out, workshop coming out just for parents in January, and that's to give you a roadmap on what to ask, when to ask it, and how to deal with some different things that crop up along the road in these particular areas. So any questions, stick them in the description for us and we'll get back to you. Bye for now.